Welcome to Raven's Keep, where a bunch of friends come together every week to run, dodge, fight, and survive on our Daggerheart campaign adventure. Come along with us on this week's episode as we journey into perilous situations, unforgettable moments, and companionship that will last a lifetime. This is Raven's Keep. We relived the events from a few months ago. During that time, you slayed the Skin Ripper in the city of Thrill. And then you took the rest at the nearby Hunters Guild safe house. Deckard, we met your oldest and most trusted friend, Bartleby, the caretaker at the safe house. He welcomed you and Clorinda in while Mozzie tried to sell some more pots with the help of Bubba and Rosca. Once you were all gathered at the safe house, Bartleby served you all some stew and some drinks hot by the hot fire. Bubba and Deckard stepped away into the study to discuss why Bubba was looking for Deckard, and Rosca attempted to follow undetected. After Deckard and Bubba left the room, Deckard, knowing Rosca was in there but not saying anything, Rosca snuck back out and knocked over an ancient urn containing a mysterious small black apparition that tried to flee the room before being snatched in Bartleby's metallic clank finger cage. You all then prepared to set off into the night, to the future ahead, when we caught back up with you all in present day, sailing across the channel between Gammatica and Cytheria. You had just completed an assignment given to you by the Gammatican prince, Vin Quenlin. You got paid and set sail. As you approached the Cytherian harbor, you saw the busy town of Tidegill ahead. A large bald giant grabbed your ropes and helped pull you to safety into the dock, and as you all stepped off your boat, he approached and told you that Deckard's friend Killian Highlander hired him to help guide you to the town of Cape Row, that is situated between here and the capital city of Windrock. You all spent some time in Tidegill while your guide finished up his work for the day. You played some games, drank some ale, and made some coin. Once your guide reconnected with you all, you rented a horse and carriage and set out on the road to Cape Row, where the sun is high in the sky and the road is clear. With the Cytherian countryside ahead of you, who's currently driving?
Deckard's driving.
Deckard is driving. So, how did you all meet?
Well, I was marinating on a body, and I got to meet Clorinda and Deckard that way.
On a body?
Yeah, it's great fertilizer.
How did that work?
Well, you gotta get your root toes out of the pots, and then you gotta just dig on in that body,
Dig on.
In the body.
Right.
By the way, what's your name? Because I don't think we even asked.
My apologies. Burke. Burke Sandstone.
Burke?
Nice to meet you, Burke.
Burke.
Burke. With a K.
With a K.
Very good. Well, as for me and Rosca, Rosca, we met quite some time ago, but, I ran into Mozzie and a silent one there in the carriage, the nose in the books. I happened upon her as I was, hunting the Skin Ripper.
Skin Ripper?
Yes.
Boy, that sounds dangerous.
The skin goes everywhere. It literally rips skin off.
Off of the body that you,
Marinated in, yeah.
Marinated.
Or fertilized. Marinade,
Right. That's very strange. What about you, amphibious friend?
Well, that's a pretty long story. If you got time for it, I can share it with you.
Well, that sounded like you. Sorry.
A few hours
We've
later.
got a long road ahead. We've got days and dangers to go, but we've got the time.
Be warned, Burke. Once you get him going, he will not stop. But it'd be entertaining to say the least.
Right, well, I love a good story. And he's gonna kind of lean back and kick his sandals up.
Well, you asked for it, so I went on a boat, went to a place, found my boy Shelly over here. He was kind enough to take me to Katra. And,
Aren't you
my
already on
apologies,
Katra?
Cytheria. And then whilst I was in Cytheria, managed to come across an the group of fine folks that were chasing down that skin ripper. And we all, we kind of helped each other that day.
Where was the ripper?
It was in a sewer.
Oh. Well, it wasn't near the south of Cytheria, was it? Was it? What city was it in?
It was a Tidegill. We're in Tidegill.
Yeah.
It was. I haven't heard of any skin ripper in Tidegill. I can tell you that.
Well, it's someplace where it shouldn't have been. I know that.
Oh, well,
You're by the March of Merchants.
up in Thrill. I remembered.
Ah, yes. Thrill. It was in
Yes.
It was in Thrill.
I remembered reading a newspaper headline about a Thrill killer. Is that one and the same?
Yes.
A thriller, if you will.
Oh dear.
It was a monster. Beast.
But it's dead now.
Well, it appears that Mr. Highlander was right about you. Capable as you be.
I couldn't have done it without everyone else here.
Well, no, you.
I could have, but I didn't.
I feel like you would have been just fine.
Well,
It was fun though.
safety in numbers and all that. Yeah. Well, I'm glad that you're all here. Highlander seems to be really focused on this assembly up ahead. Do you know what it's all about?
Unfortunately not. Highlander, he plays it close to the chest, and I trust him. He's a good man.
Well, it's kept him alive so far.
I just thought it was hilarious that he thought a plant could help.
Well, no matter how big or small, no matter what your tools are made of, can always help.
The answer is right.
You're very useful to us, Mozzie.
Oh.
Never think twice about that, okay?
Okay, I'll do my best on that
We
one.
need you. We need you more than you know.
And you be selling those pots like a fine salesman that you be.
I don't know. I do much better when Bubba takes over. Get
I'll
a
do
lot
better,
more
too.
money then.
Oh, you sell the pots then?
Yes!
Did you have any luck in Tidegill?
A little. Not too much, though.
It's we'd call it what you'd say a sprouting business.
That's right. That's right funny. Well, you might have some luck in Cape Row. You might have some luck in Windrock. That said, we should take a stop at Dewberry. It's the last town before the stretch to Cape Row. There's an excellent market there called Morningdew. I'll set off and fetch supplies and catch up with you all in a bit when we arrive.
Okay. That's actually close to home.
Where is home for you then?
Whisper Grove.
Well, I haven't heard of it. Sounds nice though.
It's pretty wonderful.
Sounds pretty northern. Maybe in Silken Grass then.
Yeah.
All right. Well, should we live long enough, I'd love to see it someday.
Well, everyone's always welcome there.
But you have to whisper.
That's not true at all.
Oh, really?
Absolutely not. I mean, Twisted Petals would not have gotten far if we had to whisper.
Twisted Petals.
It's the band Stimson wanted to do with me.
What is a Stimson?
He's my best friend.
Oh. I see.
He's a Lycian like me.
Gotcha.
What kind of band is it?
We like to think of ourselves as, well, he would like to be a screamer, but I just don't know if I can be that heavy.
Well,
I'd say probably alternative.
right.
Heavy Petal.
That's a good one. I'll
quite
have to tell
right.
that one to Stimson.
Well, there's an audience for it all. So unless you guys have more you'd like to discuss on the road, you do hear the bustling harbor of Tidegill fade away behind you. There's a slight stretch of road in the kind of late morning-ish, early afternoon-ish hours that you find yourselves in. And it's not long before you do see A pretty small town up ahead. It's not large buildings like you remember from your time in Thrill. But it's a cute little humble town, kind of in the middle of nothing, just in the middle of fields and trees. Right, where looks like we've arrived at Dewberry. Fancy a stop for just a moment? Could refill up on some supplies for the road ahead.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I could use a little stretch.
Sidebar. If you'd like to experience all that happened at Dewberry, check out our one-shot. So we have caught up with our one-shot, guys.
Oh,
Nice.
Where you were at Dewberry and you tried to order extra crab legs.
Yes.
And we
And
fought that
you-
that toad thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
The crocodirdles.
Crocodile.
Those two, yeah.
Stormy
yes.
Road.
Crocodile.
Yes.
Oh yeah, because we had wait.
Let's loot the trust while I'm
Was the
dying.
crocodile?
Yeah. Hey, I tried to save you.
It was after we left.
I did my best.
So the one shot started at Dewberry, which
Yeah.
we have now arrived in.
I like how the came right at that point.
After
Could have played that better if you tried.
after your time at the market, you all grab a bite at the Crunchy Crabber restaurant. And while you're there, a large, regal character covered in white and gray feathers catches up with you at your table, if you recall. My apologies, Mr. Blackthorn.
No apologies needed. Gillian, how are you, friend?
I'm all right. It's been hectic skies, but we are preparing for a very large assembly.
What's going on?
Let's just say that the assembly has been moved from Windrock to a town called Cape Row. I have hired your friend Burke to ensure guidance to the city so that you can all attend the assembly as my personal security guards.
Do you fear for your life?
Not mine. I'm not a target. It's complicated. There is no one target. It's not like that. You see, Windrock, well, all of Cytheria and potentially all of Kadra is on the verge of something that has never happened. I don't know how much you know about the Colossian faith on Cytheria, but there is a temple in Windrock, one of the oldest buildings in the city. For the first time in Catron history, the Colossian people are opening the temple doors to the public,
Doors have never opened.
to the Colossians. But you need to understand, belief in Kalos and the Colossian faith, it is a respected one. These people, just like you and me, but they are looked at for wisdom, guidance, knowledge. However, the temple is a sacred ground. They have kept the doors figuratively closed to public entrance since its construction. But new Colossian leaders believe that the benefits that one gains from following in that faith should be shared to all. And I do believe the intentions are pure. However, as you can imagine, this isn't something that everybody wants or agrees with. And an event on a scale this big, the assembly is being called to discuss the approach that we must have and the delicacy of the event of the temple opening. The entire city will turn out for this event. Leaders of Windrock, Cytheria, and beyond are meeting at the assembly to discuss how can we go about this event carefully, cautiously, and prepare for anything. and to ensure the success of the opening of the temple to the public. Despite a track record of other faiths and other continents throughout history, the leaders of the city actually want this. And I do believe that for the greater Windrock and Cytheria, it will be a good thing. But it is a very big thing.
Very big indeed. What do you know about the new leadership of the church?
I know that this generation is certainly more open to a public knowledge of the faith. And I believe at its core that is a good thing. But as you well know, the person is smart. People are reckless.
You don't have to tell me that. I've seen the perversion of one's deity, as you know. All right. We will accompany you.
Thank you. This is an all-hands-on-deck situation. Now, I will be taking care of the Flight Generals Guild. We will be watching over from the skies. You all will be my force on the ground. Along with the Road Guard, the Cytherian law enforcement, and the Cytherian government, the governmental body called Lariat. They'll all be there. Several members of the Lariat are members of the leadership of the church.
All right.
So, is there anyone we have? So we don't have anyone we need to look out for particularly? There's not like an active threat?
I would like to think that citizens of Windrock and Cytheria beyond would not be considered a threat to watch out for. However, I have seen enough to know that even the greatest of allies can be a threat. There is a region on the continent many of us know little about. It's a far northern region to the west called Highland Rise. I have no reason to suspect it. However, the fact remains I know little about it. I do know that leaders from many regions will be converging on the city. I do believe a leader from Silkengrass will be coming down. From Riadel, the river city to the southwest, your friend Burke is a very capable, good man. So, I thank you. Find me when you get to Cape Row. I have ensured that you will have lodging during the time of the assembly. And I just pray that this will not end up being a mistake.
Well, hopefully everything goes off without a hitch.
Well, if it does...
And if not, we'll take care of it.
Aren't religious people supposed to be friendly and kind?
Ask me about the followers of Baal.
Wow.
You would think so.
What about the followers of Baal?
Not
I'm
right
about
now.
to say that.
Not right now, Bubba. There's not the time.
Well, I think it's going to go off without a hitch, personally. You know, as long as there's some food and drinks there, I don't think this could go wrong at all.
Well, I have no doubt that the people at the assembly are going to do everything they can to keep every peace in every way, including food.
I'll be there. Shoot.
Well, thank you. Thank you for your care. I do not know in whose faith you walk. But the most important thing is that peace is maintained and safety is regulated. Now, I must be off. There is already a problem.
Well, that didn't take long.
Well, it may be nothing, but an important dignitary who was set to arrive to Cape Ro for the assembly by now has nowhere to be seen. So, it is my task to connect with you all and then promptly try to find this individual.
Who's the dignitary that was missing?
He's a gentleman from Lurie by the name of Professor Kyoba. He's I believe they call their race a Furland. Furland.
Wow, Clarinda's really into that book because I feel like she'd be freaking out right now. They're from her hometown.
You just see she's like writing in the book and she just like pushes up her glasses and keeps writing.
Fascinating.
Well, he has an important part to play in all this. Their race is a very capable one. I do not fear for his life, but it is my task none the same to find him. So, I must be off. I will leave you to it, unless there are any other questions.
Safe travels, my friend.
Yeah, for once, I think I've pretty much got it figured out. I don't have any questions.
I think I have one question.
What a momentous day.
Do we know how he was traveling?
Well, once he arrived on Cytherian shores, Buck informed me that he had landed. I believe he procured a carriage and a horse. Made his way north from there.
Would he have a crest on it? Any
I'm sure he
identifying
does.
features?
He's relatively well known. I believe the educational establishment in which he is involved has indeed a crest.
Okay. Well, we'll look out for him while we travel.
With any luck, I will either spot him from above or you will find him along the road. I just hope, at least if we can get through the assembly, that'll be one good step toward a successful event at the temple. Mr. Blackthorn, it is a relief to me that you have found good company and that you are no longer traveling alone.
Me too, Killian. Thank you, friend. May the wind lift you up.
And the road be kind.
Well, that's cute.
It's a saying amongst the people.
Okay.
Any respect?
Yeah, I think it's cute.
He's gonna stand up, and you kind of get like your full look of this character at this point. He's wearing like a leather, like sleeveless leather vest, and his arms are just these long feathers that go out. He's got a long oak bow on his back, and you kind of follow him as he walks out the door, and he stops. By the way, I met with Buck outside and in the market, and thank you for trusting him. He'll get you where you need to go.
Not cheaply.
Indeed.
Trustworthy for the price.
He steps out the doors onto kind of the road just outside, and you just see his wings in full span just outside, and they, with a flourish, shoot down at the ground, and dust billows out on either side, and straight up he goes.
That's a pretty cool party trick he's got. Maybe he could take me for a spin one day.
And
I've always wanted to fly.
I dare you to ask him.
It'll light me, man.
I double crocodile dare you.
Is this gonna be like a Falcor never-ending story moment with Killian?
Just
If you allow it.
I'm gonna make you roll for it. No. A second later here. Every time. Well, it seems that you met with our friend Killian. I'm glad he found you. How's the food around here? He's gonna grab a crab leg. Ready to go then, any moment?
I'm gonna take everyone's leftover crab leg shells and stuff them in my pot.
Compost.
That's gonna smell in the carriage, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
You get used to it, Buck.
We'll make sure there's a stiff breeze.
I can air out in the back. It's not a big deal.
Right.
Ozzy, you do what you need to do.
Thank you.
Right. Well, friends,
Rude.
allow me to go fetch the carriage and the horse and meet you outside in just a few moments. And it's at that time that you guys head out and do the business with the compost out back.
Oh, yeah.
That was once again in the one shot. You managed. Refresh me. What did you manage to gather back there? I don't remember.
It was...
Compost.
Yeah.
Trash.
Just compost.
Yeah, I don't
Just
think it was a
going after the
specific
trash?
thing.
Just
Yeah.
food scraps.
Yeah.
I know the
Like,
manager came out,
Yeah.
Right.
and you did manage to duck him.
Mm-hmm.
Barely.
All right.
Yeah.
So after gathering some compost behind the crunchy crabber, a few moments later, you see the carriage pull up in front of the restaurant. You all pile in and hit the road once more, off to Cape Row. This was the last town on the stop, so it's all road from here.
Find it suspicious that he is upset over my crab leg fertilizer when he was found on the seashore.
What was he doing on the seashore?
Pulling ropes.
Oh. He probably should have been selling seashells.
By
But-
the seashore.
I don't always put myself in close quarters with already eaten crab legs. I'm sitting right here, you know.
I think he heard me.
It's fine. We don't have exactly the largest carriage, and it's not exactly covered, so we're in the open air. It's totally fine.
I've lived on the sea. I've smelled far worse.
I smelled the viscera of about 1,000 different beasts. I'm fine.
You should just come to my homeland and you should literally just step foot in the bog. You would lose your mind. This is nothing.
But I
You
was
get
a
used to
cabin
it pretty
boy.
quick.
You don't.
I swabbed the poop deck and spoilers.
That sounds
It's
like
a good reason why it's called a poop deck.
Is it real
sounds like a
poop?
great place to fertilize.
Yes.
We might find you a new home on the ship someday.
Hey.
It sounds like you all have much more experiences in the scent and smells of things than I do. And I thought I had a wide palate living in the docks, but I guess I'm impressed.
I don't think he's impressed. I think he's lying to us.
Be that
Again,
as it
I'm
may.
right here. I'm not lying. But if your eclectic sense of smell comes in handy on the road ahead, then I will actually be impressed. I mean, it's not like you're an elephant folk or anything. You don't have it.
That's really insulting to elephant.
How ridiculous.
How
That
ridiculous
was
is
a compliment to the elephant folk.
Says the turtle man.
I've been all over Keitra. There is no elephant folk.
Once again, my fan fiction is denied. It is fine. It's just a hobby. Nothing that needs discussed. So, Raska,
Ari.
you look sea-worn, my friend. You spent all your time on the seas, yes?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
I'm jealous. I spend most of my time just looking out into it. I often wish I had more time among the waves.
Perhaps you can join the crew of Captain Redjaw. He'd be happy to have you on his crew.
Oh, that would be quite the adventure. Unfortunately, I don't know that he would welcome a wife and a daughter as well, and I must stay with him. So the waves must wait. Unless we procure our own boat someday, we'll see. I know the little one would love it.
Aye.
Well, how are you handling being this far into the coast?
It'd be a new experience. Usually used to sailing the seas and going to the port towns and the like, and staying very close to the water. But I'm enjoying it. But I'm looking forward to going back onto the open seas whenever I get the chance.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, a carriage is just a boat with wheels.
Never thought of it that way.
It's because it ain't true.
You lying to me?
I'm trying to make him feel better. I mean, it kind of is. If you took the carriage and you made it a little bit more dynamic and took the wheels off, put it in the water, it would at least float.
You're trying really hard to try to explain something that just can't be true. Those two things are not the same.
I just feel like this is a lot of lying.
It is a wooden vessel, is it not?
It'd be a wooden vessel.
But it would probably sink.
And the dirt could be considered water. Dirt water.
Very dry water.
A trail of water.
And the water is just very wet dirt.
I mean, this trail is a river, basically.
I hate everything about this conversation.
Listen to your friend. He knows.
Wait till we've encountered the land sharks.
That sounds
A long way
delicious.
from home.
It sounds quite refreshing.
Little dirty, but you know.
Well, I rest weary, my wet friends. You'll be
Decker's
near.
just waving his hand in front of Clorinda's face.
This is the longest I think she's zoned out.
She'd be writing that book for many a day now.
Gonna look over her shoulder and try to read what she has, and then I remember I'm a plant and I don't read.
And she doesn't even look up at you. She just like tilts her book like closer to her, away from you.
That's fair.
I'll be taking that book soon.
Well, don't fret about the waters. We'll be near them again soon. We'll stop just ahead at the shallows for some rest and some grub. Let the horse get something to drink. Have you ever been to the shallows, any of you?
Not me.
Only passing through.
Not once. Never been. Can't say that I have.
Deckard, would you make a knowledge reaction roll for me, please? So it's just a normal knowledge roll. There's just no currency exchanged.
Thank you. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
that. So that is a 12 with hope.
Okay. On a 12 with hope.
Actually. Keep going.
How... I want you to describe how you feel being this close to the Saarlands.
Definitely on edge. Deckard is definitely on edge. He's looking over his shoulder, like the general direction of it. I'm not sure Deckard has shared with anyone here, except maybe Raska in the past, of where he's from, what happened, and everything like that. Right. But he's definitely keeping an eye out because he knows how bad things are in the Saarlands. And they sometimes do tend to creep out.
So, for the rest of you, if you're on the right side of, if you were to look at the map, on the right side of the shallows is kind of the road that you're traveling on right now. You can see Dewberry. It's not, the text isn't on the map, but you can see the town. It's pretty small. But past Dewberry is the shallows, and then Cape Rose above that. You're gonna stop off at the shallows. After, some time traveling on the forest road, Burke took a little bit of a nap in the carriage on the way. And then you can kind of hear like the gentle lapping of the water as you approach the lake. And if you're on the far side of the shallows, if you were propped up high enough, a good like maybe 10, 15 feet up, or if you were standing on a rooftop, you could just start to see where the forest begins to die and the Saarlands take over. You can just see the edge of it far onto the opposite side of the lake.
We must not tarry here.
Are you okay? You seem like you're on edge.
We need to get out of here.
Do I see, so we can't see it from where we are, though? Right?
No, not
Like any
very
of the
clearly.
death or
No,
anything?
you'd have
Okay.
to be kind of propped up and pretty,
Okay.
perceptive. And right as you start to tense up and start to vocalize, Burke, oh, right. Well, welcome to the Shallows, all. One of the most beautiful lakes on Cytheria. It's a shame, though. But it's a beautiful lake nonetheless.
That was weird.
Oh, sorry, I don't mean to be weird.
Everybody get up, stretch, do what you have to do. We leave in 10 minutes.
Well, as you see, your friend has good instincts. And he kind of like motions you to close in. There's a place not far from the lake. It is a cursed land, cursed forest. Dead trees and monsters abound.
What?
Don't worry, it's on the other side of the lake.
The trees are dead?
Well, they're cursed. They look pretty dead, but
That's horrible.
it is. This is the
Those
place.
trees.
It's just about the saddest thing I've heard all day. I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
Decker's just standing at the edge of the lake looking in the direction of the Sorrowlands.
No wonder Decker's so sad.
Pocket watch in hand, just kind of rubbing it with his thumb.
I'd be sad too if I saw all those dead trees.
Well, if you were ever to find yourself on the western banks of the shallows, start swimming in the opposite direction of that cursed forest.
So basically just stay where you are.
Or what's inside might just get you. Right.
You all
Well-
think he's joking.
Oh, Roscoe's in the lake. By
Hold on. Yeah.
You're swimming?
He's already in the lake.
Amazing.
Yep.
He doesn't tell a lie. It is a horrid place.
Is there something you want to share with us, D-Man?
Not at the moment. We must make our leave.
Mozzie does her wild touch and grows a flower.
Stress
A
flower.
really pretty white rose, and she goes over to Decker and she just puts it in his lapel.
Thank you, Weed.
Right. Well, we're not going to make it too much farther in the dry heat unless the horse can get some water. I assure you, we are safe this far away from that cursed place. But I will make haste if we are indeed uncomfortable from the spooky story. I apologize if I scared you all.
It's not stories in those woods. It's not stories.
You see, you're saying these things. I want you to tell us what it is. that
We
you're
be in a
talking
crew
about.
now. We need to share and share alike.
Are the trees really dead?
There's no
Dead, I don't know. Cursed,
Well, that's good.
definitely yes.
They might be sleeping.
So you're saying there's a chance?
That's what I hear.
Bingo. Come on now.
There are horrors in that forest. Not even I can vocalize.
What do you be saying?
Oh, horrors.
Be in the red light district.
Oh, I thought you said something else.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
You trying to get me to go to this place?
Aye, that's a
Turtles
hard
don't even
say.
have ears, so I can't
Bubba,
hear that well
if you
anyway.
ever find yourself in that forest, run.
Okay.
Bubba, this isn't a joke.
Okay.
Stop laughing.
There's no need in scaring the companions. All the roads heading that direction west have been overgrown for some time. We are on the main road, and as long as we stick to that, we'll be just fine. Now, who would like to help me gather up some firewood?
I'll help you.
Make sure it's officially off the trees, please.
Understood. We'll be respectful. And he's gonna gather a couple of fishing rods out of his pack that he got at Dewberry. He's gonna toss one to you, one to you. Right. Maybe rustle us up some dinner options while we gather up some firewood. Be back in a jiff.
Back in a jiff, boys.
The two of us are gonna set off for the tree line very nearby. And as we walk off, you two fishing, or do
Deckard is not fishing.
you want to fish?
I would love to.
He's staring at the
I'm gonna
Sarlands.
look at Raska and I'm gonna be like, can I learn?
Sad.
Roscoe throws away the fishing pole,
Okay.
and he unsheathed his knives.
Amazing. Skewered.
Oh, I don't think that's how you're supposed to fish.
Oh no, I be doing this all the time back on the open waters. Trust me. You just keep your fishing rod there and just, see what nibbles, and I'll, kill some things.
Mozzie,
Yeah.
are you going to search in the dirt, in the foliage, or in the water for bait?
I think I would probably go to the wet part of the shore.
Kind of like muddy waters.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a d6 for me.
Also, I take my pots off, so I can put my root toes in the water. 3.
3. Okay.
Gone fishing.
It's a great movie. Joe Pesci, Danny Glover.
Yes.
Huh.
It's a deep cut.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gone.
Dirt or water? Make your choice.
Dirt.
You rolled a 3?
Mm-hmm.
You can find some beetles are kind of like rooting around in the loose, wet dirt near the shore. They are small and abundant, and your beetle bait will give you a +1 to your catch roll.
Okay. I'm also going to add some extra. I'm going to keep some aside for Bubba for when he gets back.
Very thoughtful. Roll a d20, please.
Okay.
Smugger.
9.
9.
9.
So you're gonna catch a small fish. Roll a d20 again.
Yay! A 3.
You
Okay.
catch an even smaller fish.
So
You got a minnow.
You gotta know.
you do catch. After a second, you feel a slight tug on your line. You catch a small common fish worth 1 point. We need to reach 35.
Okay, I'm going to roll again.
Can we get a visualization of Mozzie
20.
setting the hook?
Yeah, how do you get the bait
Okay.
on the hook?
So I have my hook and I have my beetle, and I'm like, it's either you or me, and I just stab it. And then I just throw it in there.
Oh, it's not gonna be me.
Maybe not today.
You're already in the water, so you don't need to make a bait roll.
Okay.
But go ahead and roll a d20 for me to see what kind of fish you skewer.
My last one was a
Alright.
20 for the record.
A 20?
Mm-hmm.
Well, hang on now. Oh, wait. Okay. Hang on. We don't need that.
I got excited and changed out my dice.
There aren't any modifiers to this, correct? It's just rolling.
You actually will get a +1, so you rolled a 21.
Yay.
Nice.
You're not using bait, so no mods,
Got it.
unfortunately.
That works for me.
Yeah, you're doing it the old-fashioned way.
You rolled a 20.
Stabby stab stab.
You rolled a 20. Oh my goodness, I'm getting lost. Hold on.
Too many pieces of paper.
Oh, right here. Okay. You rolled a 20, so you... Oh! I'm gonna come back to you. What'd you roll?
14.
14.
Mhm,
Okay. You are catching a medium catch. Roll d20 again. You get a special catch. Roll a d20 again.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
You're about to catch a rare or legendary fish.
9.
9 for
Plus
Maz.
1, I guess, right? So I had a +1 to my base,
Yeah,
so
the plus
10.
1 is to your catch roll, not your fish type
Okay. The 9.
roll. So your catch roll would have been a 21, but it only goes to 20. 9, you get a large rare fish worth 10 points,
Mm,
and it is slightly magical.
but only slightly.
You get to decide what very minor, I'm trusting you with this power, very slight magical kind of essence that this gives off.
What kind of magical essence?
What?
Yeah, slightly magical. What does that mean? You're welcome to think on it.
Okay, let me think on it. Well,
Okay,
Phenomenal.
you rolled a 14.
Yes.
So that is your fish type. So you get a You get a medium catch. Was that your first d20 roll or your second?
That was my first.
So you get a medium catch.
Okay.
Roll a d20 again.
I did.
Okay, and what was that?
13.
13. You get a medium enchanted fish.
Ooh.
Worth 8 points.
Nice.
And it has a faint glow and a minor magical property.
Of a minute. All right.
You get to decide what that is.
A magical property?
Yep.
Okay.
And this is of the fish.
Right.
So what minor magical property does the fish contain?
mine, the scales are changing color. And it appears that usually it is camouflaged in the water. But now that it's out of the water, it has these beautiful rainbow scales
That's cool.
because it's out of the water.
Okay. Minor magical property. Roll d20. 16. You're gonna get medium catch. Roll d20 again. Minor
15
magical
now.
property.
The color one was good.
15.
15.
Raises an attribute by 1.
Yes. Level up? Yes.
As soon as you partake of this fish.
Yes.
You get the same thing, Mozzie.
Again?
No, same thing as Roscoe.
Oh.
So you catch a fish very similar to his. You see the glow. It has a faint glow worth 8 points. Minor magical property.
What does ours have?
You can decide it's the same type of fish, so it could have the same property.
It teaches boating school.
I was going to say magnetism.
Puffs up.
You need less than 10 points for dinner.
Has a floating quality.
Like a fish.
Like
a flying fish.
in the air.
Yes.
That's cool.
It's got wings.
And just as you
Ooh.
catch this fish, like you can feel the weight of it, and then it goes weightless. And as you look up past your line, it starts to like float a little, and it's not dangling on the line anymore. It's kind of just like floating there. It's still attached to your pole. It's not going anywhere.
Not used to
But
seeing that. Usually they just stay dead and flop around a little bit.
roll your d20s.
Especially considering you stabbed it.
Yes.
8.
Right?
Oh, that's right. You skewered it.
Yes.
It starts floating there.
Right, there
It's
you go.
not floating off your sword at
No.
all. It's dead. For you, it's floating off your pole. I forgot about the skewer.
Well, no, it, flops around in the last moments of life and it
Yeah.
starts to float my dagger. And it's like,
Yeah.
It tries to like float off the blade, and in doing so, it kills itself.
it goes deeper. You said roll d20 again?
Yep.
Okay.
That was horrific to watch. 8.
8. You're gonna get a medium. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. You're gonna get a small catch.
That's okay.
Roll d20 again.
9.
9.
Yes.
Same thing. Small catch. Roll
Small
a d20.
catch.
A 1.
A 1. So you get
The godfish.
you get a small common fish worth 1 point.
Oh, my next one's 19.
Little bluegill.
19.
19.
19
Is that-
for me too.
Was that your first roll or your second?
That was my second.
It was your second.
Yes.
Oh. What was your first?
It was a small common fish. He rolled a
Small, the first one was 9.
So this one was a 19. You
Yes.
get a
And I-
small legendary fish, highly magical, grants temporary benefits to you,
What?
to whoever eats it, and it's worth 10 points.
We both caught that because I got a 19 right after he did.
Wait, just now?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So we have 2
Legendary fish.
small legendary fish,
19.
highly magical, grants temporary benefits to whoever eats it. Now, the way that kind of loosely works is almost kind of like a one-time use potion. So this could grant you a +1 to an instinct roll, a +1 to a strength roll. It could grant you you can't be vulnerable until your next short rest or something like that. So think about it. That's up to you guys. And with that, you gather your fish up in a nearby receptacle that somebody had left near the lake, a little basket, a little net, what have you. And you have enough for dinner.
We put it in some giant pots that I had.
Nice. Okay, nice. Just
In
a
a giant pot.
pot full of fish.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Us.
Us.
He's gonna take his big butcher's axe off of his back. What is your primary weapon? A staff, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a walking stick, essentially. I mostly use my dagger for a weapon.
Oh,
Gandalf said the same thing.
What?
It's just, you would... This old man has walking stick.
Right. Let me help you out with that. And he's gonna take a little hand axe off of his belt and hand it to you.
Wait.
Just make sure he doesn't murder you in the woods.
Give me a strength roll, please.
That is a 17 with hope.
Take that hoe.
Nice.
So, what does it look like as you step up to a section of tree that you're going to chop down into firewood?
Well, first I make sure that the tree is dead fully,
Okay.
because I don't want to chop down a live tree, knowing that a live tree takes a lot longer to burn, right? And we don't really have time. We need to make sure that the dead wood catches quickly.
Lovely.
And also, for Mozzie's sake, I can't bring back a live tree that I just chopped down. So you just see this ribbit, right? This medium-sized ribbit, and he's kind of gangly, right? And you just see him like swing this axe like above his head a couple times, swing it over, around and around and around. Then he just thugs it right into the side of the tree near the base, and it's a solid thud. It sounds like a pure hit. I've done that a time or two, let me tell you.
I'm impressed.
I appreciate that.
You got some heads-up rage in that little body of yours.
I got a lot of rage, believe it or not. But I did build my home back in my hometown, and it's made of wood. You know, we had to take it from someplace.
It would appear I brought the right one out with me.
That's right. Why do you think I volunteered?
As the two of you continue chopping up some firewood and gathering that up, Bob, I have a bit of a query for you, if you don't mind. As he's
A what?
a question.
Oh,
As he's,
why didn't you say it the first time?
Pick up a log and like stacks it onto his arm. How well do you know your friend Deckard?
I mean, we're pretty close. I don't know a whole lot about him. He's a mysterious fella.
Yes, I am.
But I trust him.
That's good. It's good to know. He definitely has the eyes of a man of mystery. There's more to him than just a killer. I can tell something is deeply troubling the man.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I don't want to pry or anything, but eventually I feel like we'll become best of friends, and he'll open up to me, and he'll share everything about himself with me.
I have no
Here's
doubt.
hoping.
I have no doubt.
I'll just break into that cold heart of his, and I'll warm it up for him. You know.
Right. Well, if anybody can do that, I'm sure you can.
Well.
It's just that I've been working alone for a number of years, and it's just me and the wife and the daughter. And good companions don't come around every day, especially capable ones. And when you're in the wilds, it's easy to lose yourself. And the look in that man's eyes when I mentioned the cursed place, I can tell he's got a lot behind that heart of his. He's gonna need you. He's gonna need all of you.
We're here for him.
When the time comes, you keep that man straight and narrow.
That's right. We'll do our best. He is but a man, you know. And we can't tell him what to do, but we can guide him, hopefully, if he heeds our warnings. And we're always here to help, no matter what.
That's good. Deckard, could you make an instinct roll for me, please, as you stand at water's edge looking down into the shallows?
It's an 8 with hope.
So take that hope.
And now cry.
As you are looking down into the water at your own reflection, it changes before your eyes. And you hear it scream out at you from the water. Let me out! What do? On an 8 with hope. It was an 8, right?
Yes. Deckard instinctively reaches for the tonic on his belt and pops the flask and drinks some. Takes some down in one gulp. Wipes his mouth. I'm never letting you out again.
And as it begins to change back to your natural reflection, the voice echoes and fades away. And as it's doing that, it says, "That only work for so long." And it fades out into the nothing. And now it's just you. Mozzie, as you are putting the last of the fish in the pot, just beyond where the pot is sitting on the ground, there's some like tall reeds sticking up out of the grass. You hear you hear a single and a large fist-sized mosquito flies up and lands on the reed, and it kind of rocks back and forth. And it takes off again and is at the moment flying towards it. What'd you do?
I slap it.
It's just this moment between you and a giant mosquito.
Get out of here.
Preserver of life you are. Just boom.
A moment later, you hear a lot more buzzing, and an entire swarm rises from past where that one came, and there's about 30 come toward the three of you.
Decker, do you see that?
Just giant mosquitoes.
Yep.
I don't think we need to worry too bad about them. You know, you don't have blood, right?
No, I mean, I really don't, but I did kill one of their friends just now.
Oh,
Not intentional. I mean, it was in my face.
how big are these mosquitoes?
Size of your fist.
Okay.
They're gonna try to attack you, Mozzie. And that's going to be... Does an 8 beat your evasion?
No, it does not.
Okay. So these swarms, and you can see like in your focus, like a few of them kind of fly out front and kind of take the lead, and they're going to they try to attack you and get on you, but you don't really have like a torso, and there's just not a whole lot for them to gain purchase on with you. So they attempt, and then what you would see coming from the direction of the noise, I guess both of you, if you're above surface level of the water, you see Mozzie, and then you just see a swarm of giant mosquitoes like fly around her and past her, coming towards you.
When they...
Swing my weapon. Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just gonna say, when I see
Who's
them
that
coming,
character? Is that Baloo?
I go, think, Mozzie, think. And I change into a tarantula.
To try and eat them?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So you guys, I believe you have to spend a hope to
I
check?
can spend 3 hope, or I can mark a stress, and I spent 3 hope.
Do you have your beast form list?
Yes, I do.
Beautiful.
And I've already got it selected, and I already got all my stuff.
So you guys see these mosquitoes swarm past Mozzie, but then you see her form almost disappear in the swarm. And then when the swarm begins to clear, you don't see Mozzie anymore. What you see is a giant, like a large tarantula crawling on the 2 pots that were her shoes.
Actually, my pots were not on at the time because I had just got bent fishing.
They were next to you. All right, what do you guys do?
Whip out my saw cleaver, and
swine?
I just like smackety.
Make an attack. Schmackety.
Smack them
Smackety.
Oh, first I'm going to spend 3 hope to gain a +1 bonus to my attack rolls until the next rest.
Nice.
That's amazing.
Yes, it is. I love that for me. Get rid of all that hope. I sent it. Thank you. All right. That is a 16 with hope.
To hit?
Very
to hit. Yes.
That definitely hits. Take that hope and roll your damage. Good grief.
Good job.
1d8 say it. 1d8 plus 4 physical, and then. Oh, technically it would have been a 17 to hit because of my +1.
Good job.
But.
You got it
Yeah. 1d4 or 1d8 plus 4. 8 damage.
Okay. Oh, that is 2 hit points.
It has 2 hit points.
That was 2 hit points
Oh, okay.
on it. So the way this works is you kill 5 mosquitoes per hit point. So
Gotcha.
there's 20 left.
Okay.
Okay. So that was its major threshold.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2. And that was with hope, so it's still y'all's go.
Okay. Good. No, go for it. Go for it.
So, Rain of Blades can strike out all targets. Can it go for all targets? All 20?
Is there a radius or is it a range?
It says it's within very close range.
So they're not within very close to you yet. You're kind of in water's edge, right? You're like in the water still. So they're up between Mozzie and Deckard up on, so I would say they're in close. So they're not in very close yet.
So, but Roska
you can move
spot
toward
that
them.
and then go toward them.
100%.
Yeah. All right, because she's on the shore right near it.
Yep.
Correct, okay.
So there's kind of like a little like a little short wooden dock that she was fishing from, and then you were kind of next to it looking into the water, and you're in the water.
Right.
So they're kind of up with the two of them. Now you're welcome to move closely.
Yeah, being in Galapa, I'm assuming they probably move a little faster in water, so he'll just make a beeline straight.
You can absolutely
Mozzie,
do that.
yeah.
So you can close that range.
Yep.
However, it will hit them because it's AOE, right? Or do you target people with the blades?
It says encounter throwing blades that strike out at all targets within very close range.
Targets.
So if I say
Targets.
targets, would that
All
would probably
targets in
get
close
hit.
range.
Yes.
So it's AOE.
okay?
So it would hit them. I mean, they can mark an armor to soak it. If you just want to hurl blades at the swarm, they are within very close to the swarm as well.
But we're not fish, man.
I mean, so he couldn't make it to where the targets are not his allies.
Can't select targets. It's
Okay.
AOE. If that's the way it's written, like it's all targets within very close range,
Yeah.
then it's AOE.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that. I thought like you could like target who you wanted to hit.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
say.
verbiage in these things is very important.
Right. Yeah, I agree.
It can easily get askew.
Yeah, I think he'll just use a hope and do Rain of Blades on the mosquitoes.
All right, go ahead and roll for the attack.
Okay.
So it's going to be your 2d12 and your spellcast ability, which is on one of your cards. It's actually on your
Is it the one?
it's on your subclass card. So you're the you're Shadow Stepper, right? Or Shadow Walker?
Nightwalker.
Nightwalker. So you should see spellcast
Spellcast
ability.
trait. Finesse.
Boom.
So +2 to that.
So roll your 2d12s plus 2. And you
right.
spent your hope, right?
Yes.
Beautiful. Go for it.
That'd be 11 with fear.
Okay.
Question:
So
does that hit me if my evasion is better than that?
if it meets it, it beats it. So your evasion needs to be
My evasion is 12.
Minus
so
12.
what?
Minus 12.
Perfect.
Only while I'm an arachnid.
Wow, love it.
Really?
When I'm an arachnid, I have 12.
You know, that's kind of
As
crazy
an arachnid?
because
Okay.
the giant mosquitoes also have a difficulty of 12.
Oh my gosh.
So you have this great moment where you cast these blades and they just
They're everywhere, but
they just like there's I don't know, I guess they're ethereal. I don't know if they're
That's what I was
physical.
thinking. I thought they were just gonna be like,
I think they're like magical
Magic blades,
So,
yeah.
like they hit a tree and then disappear. They hit
Right.
the rock and then disappear. Like yeah, they're just
Yeah.
Careful, Roscoe, we're standing here!
and that
Sorry, mate.
that was with fear. So we're gonna come back to Burke and Bubba.
Could use somebody with a long tongue right about now!
As you bend down to pick up the last log, you notice like it's not coming up very easily. Like it's like stuck to the ground. And as you tug and pull, you manage to release. You're like, ah, and you look down, and there's a a creature lying in the ground that's like embedded in the ground a little bit, kind of sunken just a little bit, and it's almost barely, slightly, sort of, kind of, maybe humanoid, but it is a like vegetation person creature. And you just disturbed his slumber, so he is going to he's gonna lash out at you with his grasping vines, and he is going to hit you for 12. Beat your evasion.
Yup.
So you kind of look down, and at first you don't see anything. He blends in with the vegetation around, and then it opens its eyes, and you see what looks like a yellowish greenish pupil. And then it kind of moves, and it's gonna lash out its vines at you, dealing. Is that an 8? Yeah. Dealing 8 points of physical damage.
Okay.
And
6 and 12. I'm a frog, dude.
so that's 2 hit points, right?
I'm gonna mark an armor slot to bring it down 1.
I'm gonna spend another fear. Oh, what happened to you there? What is all of that? And he's gonna hear a snap, and here another one is now approaching him, and they are sort of moving in tandem with each other. And it is going to try to ground slam Burke. And
You gotta watch that. They're tricky. They got stringy fingers.
That's one of their abilities.
just
String of fingers.
that just beat his evasion. So he is going to this thing is going to take his like arms, and you can see vines go around it and make them almost into like hammers, and he's gonna slam the ground and knock Burke back to you, and Burke's gonna come flying at you. Burke has to mark a stress. And does he take any damage? No. So Burke doesn't take any damage, but he marked a stress and has been knocked back to you. What do you do?
You said, am I entangled?
No. You
No?
just
Okay.
took the damage.
Okay. And Burke is on the ground.
What are these creatures then? And he's gonna stand up and he's gonna draw his axe. But it's your go.
Well, I think it might be best if we head back with the group real quick. Power in numbers, friend. So if we could skedaddle on out of here, maybe we could deal with this more efficiently if all of our friends were with us at this
Right.
moment in time. So I'm gonna go back right now. Bye.
Fantastic idea. And he's gonna run with you, and you two are running, and you hear the snapping and the twisting of vines
Oh gosh.
very
Oh
close
gosh.
behind you. Coming back to you all.
After I see this knife fail, I'm like,
Epic knife fail.
am I close enough to one of them at this point? Because like they're all over us, right?
It's a horde, so they're
Okay.
acting as one. Yeah,
I
you're
am
close.
going to do venomous bite.
Okay.
So if I succeed, they become poisoned. 17 with fear. Or no, with hope. 17 with hope.
Wow. I'll take that hope, and that definitely hits.
And let's see. It's a 1 D10.
Okay.
Where is my 1D10?
That's it.
That's it, right?
That's the
Okay.
D10, yep.
That was not much. So 2 points of physical damage, but it also takes a 1d10 each time they act when they're
Because
poisoned.
of the poison?
Oh, that's
Yes.
so cool.
Okay. So, so you dealt 2 points of damage, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that's going to be a hit point. Now, they have taken half their hit points. They have 6, so totaling 30.
Okay.
So there's 15 left. Now, their damage was 1d8 plus 3. Now that you've gotten the horde down by half their numbers, their damage now only does a d4 plus 1.
Okay.
So damage does less the less numbers there are.
Okay.
That's how a horde works.
Makes sense.
So, and they take a d10 every time they
Every
act.
time they act.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really freaking cool. Okay.
I am. Are you done?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm once again going to just attack with my saw cleaver.
As you raise your blade up, you hear, "We got a problem here, fellas!" And the both of you see just this swarm of giant mosquitoes.
Why are you bringing more?
You think I want it? Well, you're dealing with some stuff too. You want to trade?
And actually, I'm going to, just to make sure I hit, add a Slayer dice to my attack roll.
Lovely.
Ooh. All right. So,
+1 for attack, right? Because you got that thing going on right now also.
yes, thank you. So 18 to hit with fear.
Okay, so 18 definitely hits.
Okay, and I'm going to spend a hope to use my ability Whirlwind.
Nice.
So make an attack against a target within very close range. On a success, spend a hope to use the attack against all other targets within very close range. All additional adversaries you succeed against with this ability take half damage.
So that's amazing. However, the mosquitoes are acting really as one adversary.
Okay.
So you could do that when the vine guy gets here.
Okay.
They're not here yet, but I don't know that it would benefit you because you're technically fighting one adversary as the mosquitoes. Yeah. So use it, but save it.
So, okay, I'm not using it?
I mean, you can. It's just there's no other adversary near you at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Two questions.
GM just saved us right there.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So that is 9 damage.
Oh.
They're dead.
That is its severe threshold.
Hey!
3 final hit points. What does it look like as you take out the rest of these fist-size 15
Nice.
giant mosquitoes?
So in just a flurry of slashes and like spins, Decker just with precision.
It's like it's like a chain sword, right?
I'll show you on the break what
I
it
love
looks
it.
like.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, we'll take a break in a few minutes.
And just precision, just cutting them in half as with each
Amazing.
strike.
So
And fires a shot at one of the leaf things that's chasing him. No, I don't.
So as you do that, Bubba and Burke have now reached you, and all these dead mosquitoes hit the ground, and you all look at them running and screaming, and you can see these vine beings closing in behind them.
No, it's the runts.
And I'm gonna spend a fear, and you
Friends of
see
yours?
Unfortunately, I know them.
you see as these two things are following behind. Within the it looks like some of the vines comes off of one, goes into the ground, and another one comes up. Now there are 3 coming at you, and as they close in on all of you, you prepare for the battle. That's where we're gonna take a break.
Okay.
We hope you're enjoying the adventure so far, as Mozzie, Deckard, Bubba, Clorinda, and Rosca face perilous odds on their journey. Each one coming from their own rich pasts, carrying their own driven goals. Mozzie, traveling from the fantastical magical Whisper Grove, marches on bravely into a wider, larger world. Deckard, ever on the hunt for the next monster he can slash or shoot on his quest to rid Katra of its evils. Bubba, in a noble search for answers and solutions in an effort to bring an end to a dark reality. Clorinda, diving into the planet's deepest, most ancient knowledge in search of her own intellectual expansion, carrying secrets of a past shrouded in mystery. And Rosca, set to explore the lands beyond the seas in a quest to grow and prepare himself to once and for all be the captain of his own story. These brave companions bring their individual goals together to create a group capable far beyond the underestimation they often receive. Continue along with us across the continent of Cytheria on a path full of danger, wonder, and everything in between. So, last we left off, Bubba and Burke were running toward the group. As you slain the last of the giant mosquitoes, you saw 2 vine creatures, then becoming 3 vine creatures, closing in on the group.
You said they're humanoid?
They're kind of humanoid in that they have what looks like 2 viney legs, viney arms, but they're stocky. They were in a bit of a slumber until they were disturbed, and as they close in, I'm gonna just spend a fear right out the gate, and I'm going to have them. I'm gonna have them try and grab and drag you, Bubba, back to themselves. And
Are they within close range?
they are.
I'd like to use my Bardic Hope, unique hope feature, make a scene, spend 3 hope to temporarily distract target within close range, giving them a -2 penalty to their difficulty.
They already have a pretty low difficulty. Okay, describe to me how you make a scene distract this guy as he closes in.
No, not again, not again, not again. That's not right. I don't like that. No, Deckard! Deckard! Some help! Mama, please! Mama! Anybody, can y'all hear me? Am I just talking to myself? What's going on? Y'all better back up! Y'all better back up! Don't come near me. I'm warning you.
Wait, is he? Could we say that you're actually bringing them to me?
You guys are pretty much joined the group. You're maybe 10 to 15 feet away from them at this point, but they have closed in behind the 2 of you, or the 3 of them have closed in behind you and Burke, close enough to where you're distracting the one that's trying to make an attack. Successfully
Chris Tucker energy.
Bringing his difficulty down. Now that's a temporarily distracting, right?
Correct.
Does it say how long it goes for?
It does, and it just
Okay. So the way that works is I can spend a fear to kind of end the distraction, but I'll say for the moment, he has -2 difficulty or penalty to his difficulty.
Sorry. Did you use your hope or your fear? Excuse me.
I haven't taken my turn yet. He can still attack you.
Okay.
That's just an attack against him. So I'm gonna make an attack on Bubba. What are you
Okay.
thinking?
There's an ability I want to use before I can.
Is it something you can do ahead of my attack?
Yeah. If I can. Yeah, unless you're taking your turn. That's why I'm asking.
I spent a fear to have this guy attack Bubba with grabbing.
That's why I was asking you. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll
So
just leave.
is this something you can wait for
Yeah,
your turn,
wait.
or do you want to try and do it to interrupt this guy?
I mean, I could try to interrupt it, but if you had already used it,
I spent the fear to
Yeah,
take his
then
turn,
go
so
ahead. Yeah.
he's gonna just
Sorry,
try and
I
go
didn't-
for it. He's also on the other side of Bubba and Burke from
I'm
you.
just excited to use this. That's why.
Okay.
Also, if you were to stop his attack and I spent those 3 hopes for nothing, then
Ugh.
I would have been sad. Yeah.
So he rolled a nat 1. He's so distracted by the scene. He's never seen anything quite like you before. And he tries to spring out the vines. And in seeing the rest of you, it falls short, and you're too slippery for him. He can't get you. That's his turn. Go ahead.
The one of them that looks the most like I'm gonna get you, that has that energy, is the
They
one I'm
all
gonna-
do.
Okay, I'm gonna get to the one that's closest to me then.
You could go after the one that has the -2 penalty to his difficulty
Yeah,
for one.
I can do that.
Okay.
I'm going I'm going to use my web slinger, which is you can create a strong
forgot you were
web
a spider.
material useful to both the adventuring and battle. The web is resilient enough to support one creature. You can temporarily restrain a target within close range. So I'm going to do a finesse roll against them and see if I succeed. And if I do, I'm going to restrain one of them.
Okay, we'll say that you need to move up to Bubba and Burke and kind of close that gap to get close to.
It's a crit.
Oh,
It's a crit.
It's a crit.
So
buddy.
take a
Double
hope.
ones. First time in my life I've been excited to see double ones.
Yeah, really. Take a hope.
Yay!
Do you have any stress?
No.
Okay, so you're
But
good.
I gotta hope.
Take a hope.
Come on.
So it's
Close me up.
so it's just a restrain. There's no damage associated, right?
No damage. Just
Okay,
restrained.
so you spit out this web at the one that just tried to attack Bubba, and it wraps almost like entangles with his vines, this silky web material, and he stops dead in his tracks and almost like springs to a stop, and he cannot move at the moment. And that was a crit, so it's still y'all's go.
All right.
Bubba's like gonna continue to run, and I'm gonna run up behind Deckard. I'm like, all right, man, this is you.
Are they all following him?
Yeah, so Burke has joined as well, and the one is restrained.
Okay.
And the two are coming towards you. I would say that they're not gonna blindly run into all of you. They're gonna stop. So the two of them stop just a little bit closer to you from the one that's restrained. So I would say that they are in they're in close range. Not very close, but they're in close range of you.
Shelly, you got your knives out, bud?
Oh, but we've really got to work on your sword play. And I just swing at one of them with my saw cleaver.
Okay, so you're gonna kind of step up to him a little bit, square
Yeah.
up. Do you know which one do you just want to hit one of the two that aren't restrained, or do you want to?
Yeah, I'll go for ones that's not one of the ones that
Okay.
are restrained.
All right, go for it. Make an attack.
Whoa. That is a 17 with fear. Yes, that was with the +1.
Okay, that definitely hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh, whirlwind.
So you mark a stress, right? To hit an additional.
No, I spend a hope.
Spend a hope.
That's even better.
Okay.
So I spend a hope, and are the two? Are they in very close range of me? Okay. So they use the attack against all other targets within very close range. All additional adversaries you succeed against with this ability take half damage.
I would say if you're gonna do that, either move up into melee range with them, or mark a stress to extend your saw cleaver. It's up to you.
Well, Marcus stress to extend my stock lever, bruh.
So now you can hit anything in very close.
Mm-hmm.
And whirlwind is very close as well.
Yes.
Boom. Go for it.
Just put my dice down.
So that is 7 damage.
Okay.
And then the others, so the one that I was initially attacking takes full damage, and the others take half damage.
Half. Half rounded up.
So 4.
It's always half rounded up in Daggerheart, yeah.
Daggerheart's so much better than D&D.
You can clip that.
I said it.
I like it so much, I bought the company.
Cool. That was with fear.
Correcto.
Okay.
Mundo.
I'm gonna spend that fear, and I'm going to try to, I'm gonna try and ground slam, and it's gonna be all targets within very close range. So that would be you. Well, did you move up?
I moved up a little bit
I would say it's-
to get within range of Mozzie.
I'd say it's gonna be the three of you. You held back behind Deckard. Oh, and Burke. It's gonna hit Burke too. So all targets within very close range back to far range. So that's just. That's just an action. Slam the ground, knocking all targets within very close range back to far range. Each target knocked back this way must mark a stress. So he just slams the ground, and it's an effect on the three of you and Burke. So Burke's going to mark another stress. You guys all get knocked way back, and
Why is stress not?
since you're not in far range, I'm going to spend another fear.
I need to remember to add
and
my abilities to my attacks.
the third
Yeah, that
guy
would probably help.
who took the half
I haven't
damage
needed it yet.
is going to attempt a natural intimidation, and he's going to mark a stress to add his. Okay. He's going to mark a stress to add his experience, which is huge. And he's going to try to intimidate you, which will make you temporarily vulnerable. So, 8 beat your evasion.
Oh, didn't intimidate
So
you.
this
Cried.
thing, like, he goes to like put his fist back on the ground, like to go like gorilla pose, and his roots branch out from each of his hands, just creating himself looking bigger and scarier and more intimidating. And he tries to like roar, and as he roars at you, vines come out of his mouth a little bit, and surprisingly, it has no effect.
Oh, that's a cute parlor trick you got there, huh? Where'd you learn that one? Sissy camp? Boy! Come on! You're gonna try better than that. I'm gonna try to stab him with my knife right in his tongue.
Just tonical.
Ew.
All right.
I'm gonna pull out my knife. I'm like, well, and try to stab him.
Amazing. Make an attack.
That's a 20 with fear.
Definitely hits. Roll damage.
24 with fear. Roll damage. It's a 1d8. That's an 8.
That's an 8? Man. That is his major threshold, so that's 2 hit points on him. Okay. Is that your turn?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna run back to Deckard again.
As soon as you turn to run, he's gonna spend that fear you just gave him.
Come on!
Does... Okay, you are so fired. Dragoneye, where are you? Okay.
I don't know what happened.
4 does not beat your evasion. So,
Barely
you
missing.
you just serpentine, man. You just
I'm just hopping.
these vines.
I'm
they're
hopping
just-
away.
Every time it goes straight for you, you just hop up and it just shoots back. And he cannot get a hold of you. I'm gonna spend another fear to take off the restrained from the first one, and I'm gonna spend another fear to take off the -2 difficulty that you put on the other guy. So it's now y'all's go.
I'm going to use. I'm going to mark a stress.
Okay.
Use Shadow Stepper. I'm going to go vanish into the shadows and then peer in the shadow of the. What are they called again?
The runts.
The runts.
Well, these are actually called deep root defenders.
Oh, I thought they were the runts.
Runts are more
Never mind.
wood stumps. You'd have to find a shadow to bamf into.
Yes.
So what would cast a shadow for you in your immediate vicinity?
Would it be one of the defenders?
You'd be putting yourself in its path.
Like behind it though, or would it be in front?
Where is the sun
where's
in the
the
middle
sun?
of the day?
I would say they are not casting a shadow enough for you to appear within it because they're in the middle of the field.
Okay.
I will say this though.
All right.
The dock that's kind of like at the water's edge, kind of coming over the water, that's casting a shadow. Your carriage is big enough to be casting a shadow big enough for you to bamf into. because they're also moving, I would say that it's here. I'll allow this. If you want, you can bamf into a still shadow from a carriage or dock or something, and I'll let you bamf out from one of their shadows.
That's precedent.
Okay.
That's a stretch.
He just set precedent.
Yeah.
It's a stretch, but I'll allow it because it's a really cool ability.
Okay.
They're running in an open field in the middle of the afternoon, so...
All right. And besides, on top of that, they're occupied with everyone else at this point, right?
Yeah, but nobody's in melee range. The only one that was close enough was Bubba, and he's running away. Everybody else was knocked back to far range.
Well, I guess at that point, maybe I won't do that. And I'll just go rush one of them with my blades.
Okay. Your secondary weapon, I know we've talked about it. It's a dagger.
Small dagger, yeah.
Small dagger, and it does have the bonus.
It does +2 primary weapon damage to targets.
If you wanted to attack with both hands.
Yes. So does that mean the damage, because the cutlass is a 1d8 +3, but I'm assuming that's because it's adding the +2 from the small dagger?
No.
No, it's just two separate damage rolls.
It's damage. Well, it's one damage roll.
One damage.
Your primary weapon does the 1d8 +3 as it states.
So that's all I would roll then for the damage.
Yeah, and then you would add your +2 if you want to bring your dagger around and attack with it as well. So if you wanted to attack with both.
Oh, so it'd be 1d8 +3 +2. Got it. All right.
Plus your, well, to see if it hits is what you roll with your
finesse and presence for me. Yeah.
So it would just, it really functionally, you're only rolling a primary weapon attack.
Okay.
But then you just add the +2 onto your damage if it lands.
Okay.
So whatever trait your primary weapon uses, which I believe is finesse.
Presence.
Oh, presence.
Yeah.
The cutlass uses presence?
Yep.
That's amazing. So you would just roll your 2d12s, add your presence modifier.
Okay.
If it hits, it'd be the 1d8 +3 +2 if you want to use your dagger as well.
Got it. So I'm going to do that and also use a token for my Seaborn because the last roll I had was with fear.
Okay.
So put a token on it. I'm taking that off to add a +1 to my roll on top of that. So
amazing.
So that's So that's a 12 with fear.
Okay. 12 hits.
Okay.
So you roll your d8, add +3, and then +2. Your +1 that you added for Seaborn was to the roll you just made, right?
What's that?
Your attack roll?
The +1 from Seaborn was just to that? Okay,
That was
perfect.
for that, yeah.
Right, so roll the d8, and then add +5 if you want to use your dagger.
Alright.
That's a huge modifier. Sheesh. Bruh. Just take a second to appreciate.
11 damage.
Ooh. Okay. To clarify. Do you want to hit the one that he stabbed with the dagger?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Snap. And you did 9?
11.
11.
Oh, 11. Okay. Same threshold.
Ah.
Ooh. Okay. One second. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, cool. Okay. He's really hurting. And that was with fear?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna spend that fear. And he's just gonna retort and try and attack you.
Alright.
And he's gonna mark another stress to add his experience to the attack. And he's gonna grow in size using his vines to just bamf out his presence to you. That's going to be 22 beats your evasion.
Yeah.
And it's going to be 5 points of physical damage.
Okay. So that's minor for me.
You can either take the hit points or mark an armor slot to reduce. It's up to you.
Oh. Reduce it to nothing.
1 armor slot per incoming attack.
Yep.
Marks drops it down a threshold. It's all's go.
When I see that happen, I'm going to swing around with my big spider haunches, and I'm going to try for a venomous bite
Do you want to?
on the one that just attacked.
Okay.
That's good. That's 13 with fear.
13 hits.
Yay! All right, and then they've
Spider
got
haunches.
4 points of damage.
Wow.
And the poison, right?
Yeah, and they're poisoned now. So each time that
That
one
is
goes,
vicious.
every time that one goes,
G10.
I gotta roll for it.
Okay. And that was a fear.
Yeah. So you do take one.
I'm gonna spend it.
With that one?
No. the one that was restrained
You sure?
is now not restrained, and
Yeah.
he's heading towards you. The one in the middle is gonna go after. I would say he's the one closest to you, so he's gonna go after you.
Deckard.
Thank you for the podcast listeners. U equals Deckard in this moment.
That guy.
Broody McBroodster.
And he's gonna try and grab and drag you. It's a dirty 20. You are going to take. Okay, I have to spend another fear to pull you into melee range and deal a d6 plus 2 physical damage. Okay, so you're going to take 6 points physical damage. You
So-
are.
If it's at 6 and that's minor, is it 6 and down is my minor?
No, 6
If it meets it, it beats it. So if 6 is your
So it's
minor,
major.
your first number, then it's major damage.
Okay.
So take 2 hit points, and you are restrained. And
You mean
you
minor? You mean minor damage, right?
No.
Major.
I'm gonna soak in armor.
So if your first threshold number is 6,
I see. I'm sorry.
1 to 5
Yep.
is minor.
Yep, I
Six-
see now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6 to 11.
Yep. So I'm gonna mark an armor slot.
Okay, so drop it to minor.
Yep.
Take 1 hit point.
So 1 hit point.
You are restrained, sir, until this adversary takes severe damage.
Okay.
So I've got
Am I
you-
able to do anything?
Yeah, you just can't move.
Oh, okay,
and
that's fine.
attacks against the restrainer has disadvantage. So
Okay.
so you're just grappled kind of in his tangly vines.
Okay.
And that's my go.
I'm gonna attack.
Okay,
going
go for
attack.
it.
That's right. You
Go
don't,
for it.
You don't
So-
take that.
So roll 2d12s plus the trait that your weapon uses, which I believe is strength,
Yep.
and add a d6 that's going to subtract.
I'm gonna add a d6 of my Slayer dice as well.
To negate the...
So then it would just count it out, right?
No. So this will be my Slayer
Okay,
dice.
if we're dealing... Oh, you're right, because if we're dealing with values...
Yes, we're dealing with values. So that's gonna be my Slayer dice,
Okay.
and this will be my disadvantage dice.
Okay, so roll your...
That's a lot
Roll
of
it,
dice.
roll it all together.
Nobody be confused.
Show me a trick, maybe.
That would be something, right?
That would be something.
So, okay. So that is 14 with fear,
Okay.
minus 4. No, I'm sorry. 16 with fear,
Okay.
minus 4 is 12,
Okay.
plus 5 is 17 with fear.
With fear.
I love Daggerheart.
Amazing. I mean, it definitely hits, dude. That was awesome.
Severe damage.
Roll damage. I will tell you, his severe threshold starts at 14.
I can't even do that much damage.
What are you rolling?
A D8 plus 4.
Just 12 max, yeah.
So he just has to die.
Yeah.
If that could happen, that'd be right nice.
So that's 12 points of damage.
Does your revolver have a bonus?
I don't. Quick shot. Spend 2 hope to gain a plus 4 bonus to primary weapon damage. I only have 1 hope.
Oh, so close, dude.
Can I help him?
You can't give him hope.
Okay, no, I'm not gonna like give him a hope. I would just like,
I still hit him for 12 damage.
What's the tag team? Is the tag team +3 hope?
We probably would have needed to do that before the attack.
Tag team is amazing though. You spend 3 hope. You both describe how you tag team. You both roll to hit, and then decide whose you're gonna go with. You can say what your results are. You just decide whose you're gonna go with as the hit, and then roll damage together and add it all up.
Peace. That would be fun.
It's high cost, high reward.
Right.
But the cool part is, all of you can decide to do 1 tag team per rest.
Okay.
Okay, so that was 2 hit points. Is that your go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't do anything else.
Burke is gonna go. I kind of forget to use this guy. Okay, so Burke, seeing all of this happening, Roy, I can't let Killian, I can't let him down, I can't let you down. He is going to... All right. He's going to take a shot at fella who was restrained, who's made his way up, and Burke's going to step forward with his butcher's axe.
Oh my goodness.
And he is going to make an attack on him. I get to roll 2d12s, you
I'm
guys.
just glad him and Bubba haven't tried to kill me. Given that they rolled up to me being a spider.
They haven't even noticed.
Round spiders.
I've been so distracted.
That's cute.
So it's going to be...
Why is it always spiders?
12 with fear.
Why can't it be follow the butterfly?
That hits.
The butcher's axe like a one-handed weapon?
It is two-handed,
I love it.
and it is a
Like the hands.
D12 plus 4.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a beast.
Reach.
Come on, Daggerheart. Your dice need to start doing better. D12 plus 4 is going to be... Oh, yeah! 12 points of damage on fella number 1. That's going to be major. That's 2 hit points. And that was actually with fear, so it's my go. So I'm going to spend a fear, and he's going to just attack Burke right back. I'm having like separation anxiety. Or maybe that's not what it's called.
I don't think that's what it is.
That's not what it's called.
That's exactly what it is. You were 100% right.
I don't even know.
Just do what you gotta do. Let's.
15, 16 to hit Burke, which hits. It's going to be a D8 plus 3. 4 points of damage on Burke. That's 1 hit point. And that's gonna be his go. Y'all are up.
Alright.
I'd like to. So the one that has the most damage so far, the one that like I stabbed in the tongue, I'd like to try to make an attack on him one more time.
With your dagger?
By the way, the one that just went, was that poison?
No.
Okay.
Thank you for being on top of that. No. The one he's about to attack is...
Yes. I'd like to
Force his hand.
shoot my tongue out at this guy.
Okay.
I'm gonna spend a stress to use my long tongue. I'm within close range, correct?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna use my long tongue, mark a stress. It's gonna be a D12 if it hits. I hope it hits.
I will tell you he has 1 hit point left.
That's a crit.
No way! So clear the stress you just took
Yes!
and take a hope.
Let's.
What a time to crit.
We're
partying, baby! What does it look like as you kill this thing?
Well, I gotta roll the D12, right? Because is 1 like his minor threshold? Like,
Yeah,
it's just
but for
everything.
solidarity,
Yeah.
I want to know how much damage
Yeah.
you do with your tongue.
I also want to know, was there a splinter?
1.
No, wait a minute.
1.
Could not have planned that better.
What? Your tongue's damage die is a D12?
It's a D12. Yeah. It's,
Holy
Real?
crap.
That's crazy.
That's pretty good.
That's
But
a
it's-
separate weapon
so you-
right there.
yeah,
Jeez.
it is.
You critted, so you did 13.
13. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
That's huge damage with a freaking tongue.
Yeah, man. It's
Good job.
spicy. I like it.
So paint the picture, man.
So this guy's just been bugging me. Right? He thought he was gonna get up in my face. He tried to get all big and bad. Didn't work out. And I've had enough of it, so what I decided to do, sit there looking at him all funky like, shoot my tongue right at his eyeball, thinking, well, if I could hit him in the eye, maybe I can distract him a little bit, get him all cattywampus. And so I, bah, right in the eyeball. Turns out, his eyeball went inside of his head. Big boy just starts falling down, real slow, real beautiful.
And and as this creature hits the ground, you can see like his body separates into these vines that just kind of fall and start to wither and die around him.
You hear 3 little spider hands for you. 3 sets.
And he is down. It is y'all's go.
After I slow clap, all excited, I then turn around and I'm gonna hit the one that's closest to me at this point.
Is this a venomous bite?
No. I'm just gonna straight up attack.
You're gonna spider punch it?
Yeah.
How does that work?
I just...
Have you seen Spider-Man?
Yeah, it just says that it's a melee attack, basically.
It's like a
That's
charge.
what it says.
Okay.
Spider-Man. Play.
It was better. So it's 13 with fear.
Okay. I mean, it hits.
Okay.
What is your damage on this?
It's just a d6 plus 1.
Okay.
5 points of damage.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what it says.
I love it. I love this game. Okay. That was with fear?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna spend that.
Great.
And I'm gonna have the fellow that was restrained. He's gonna ground slam Burke. And Burke is knocked back to far range and marks a stress. And Burke goes flying past you, like where you are. So now it's you are in close-ish range with restrained fella.
Could I try to, this might be dumb, but could I try to, help make sure he doesn't fall hard by using my web? Because it says that I can do it for adventuring and battle.
Well, he doesn't really take any damage.
Okay.
But I will say this. If you can roll... is it a spellcast thing?
It's a finesse roll.
Okay.
But that's to restrain, but I'm assuming it's the same roll.
Go for it.
Okay. That's 9 with fear.
Okay.
A lot of fear tonight. Jeez.
I'll say that
I accidentally web his face.
you cast this web and Burke is a giant. Giants are huge.
Didn't really think that through either.
And he just he bursts right through the middle of the web and he's knocked back almost to where where the dock is. That was a fear?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm just gonna hang on to it. So y'all's go.
Smacky smack. Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
No, you go ahead.
Okay. How... I can retract my shell.
Mm-hmm.
If that said shell was knocked into an opponent, what kind of
Mechanic is
what
that?
kind of a what kind of roll would that be?
So you'd have to do a tag team.
Okay.
Green shell mechanic.
I think if you go onto your sheet and you unequip your cutlass,
Okay.
it'll default your weapon damage to an unarmed attack.
Okay.
That's the damage you would do. But I'll also say this, depending on how the roll goes. Go ahead.
What if I retract into my shell and stick out my blades out from the either?
It would be a tag team attack.
Okay.
Because you'd have to have somebody push
Right,
it, right?
yeah.
And it would be so here's where it gets really interesting. It would be it would be your normal primary weapon attack
Okay.
combined with, as long as it hits, combined with the damage from your tag team
Okay.
companion. So
So it'd still be my attack, but
You would
I'd
make
have
the
the
charge.
bonus with the other person.
you would
Okay.
combine your damages together.
Okay.
And do
So-
you both have to use 3 hope? I think that's where I'm
No.
getting confused. Okay,
Just
only one of
you would
you.
be the only one that would have to spend 3 hope to do the tag team.
Out of 3. I don't have that.
Or unless you want to pick somebody who does have 3 hope.
You sure? You sure?
This is fun.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
You want to spend it?
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm gonna mark a stress to retract in my shell.
Okay, so
have-
here's
4 hope, so this is
Do it.
got money in the bank, shorty.
All right.
That's right.
so here's how it's going to work.
Okay.
Each player can choose one time per session to spend 3 hope and initiate a tag team roll with another PC. When you do, work with your chosen partner to describe how you combine your actions in a unique and exciting way. You both make separate action rolls, okay, to see if it hits.
Okay.
But before resolving the roll's outcome, choose one of the rolls to apply for both results. So you would choose one of your rolls. It says before resolving the roll's outcome, but I still think you can say what your outcome is.
Okay.
So essentially, just roll to see if it hits. So for your primary weapon attacks, roll like normal. So it'd be your 2d12s plus your cutlass trait,
Cutlass trait.
which is
Okay.
presence, right?
Yep.
And then you would roll 2d12s and your primary weapon trait as well.
0 instinct.
Okay.
And I'll use a token from Seaborn since I rolled with fear last time.
Nice.
All right. Don't like any of that. But I got a 13 with fear on mine.
Taking yours, brother. Taking yours.
So 13 does hit.
Okay.
So roll your primary weapon damages.
Okay.
So I rolled an 8 with the fear. You still get that fear that I rolled, right?
Wow, that's an amazing question.
I was just thinking that.
I don't think so, because if you're only using one of the rolls,
That's
Oh wait, here
very
we go.
good
I got it. Oh, yeah. So check this out. Check this out though.
no, I
Yeah,
get it. I
makes
get
sense to
it.
me.
But it's good for you guys if you rolled with hope. You'd each gain a hope.
Right.
Now-
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, on a roll with hope, all PCs involved gain a hope. On a roll with fear, the GM gets a fear for each PC involved. If you tag team on an attack roll and it succeeds, which it did, you both roll damage and add it together to determine the damage
Okay,
dealt.
so it's like, he rolled higher and he had fear. So if I had hope, but it was a lower score, we took his.
Yep.
You get 2 fear.
Yep. Whichever
it doesn't matter which one I have because
Right.
Gotcha.
Whatever. If it succeeds
Okay.
with hope, you both get a hope. If it
I like
succeeds
that.
with
Got
fear,
it. That makes so much sense.
But
It makes so much sense.
so I'm not getting hope then.
no.
Correct.
Okay.
No.
I'm just
You
making
succeeded, but you succeeded with fear, so I get 2 fear.
sure. Got it.
It's a high risk, high reward
back.
for
Alright.
all involved, basically.
Right.
All right.
So now both roll primary weapon damage.
Okay.
Oh man. Oh man. Sorry, bud.
Ooh. That would be.
It's a D8 plus 3, right?
But it wouldn't be with the +2 with the small dagger, correct?
Yeah.
It would be. Okay.
If you want to stick both arms out,
Yeah.
100%. Add your plus 2 as well.
All right, that would be 13.
Please tell me this is the one restraining me.
You rolled an 8?
At 8.
I only rolled. I got a 2.
Yeah, you're fine.
So,
That's
I
10
appreciate-
points.
Yeah.
That's
well, plus his 5.
Plus his 5.
Yeah.
15.
13 and 2, right?
Yep. 15 total.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I appreciate the assist.
Sorry.
That's his severe.
Oh, that's
Ooh, buddy.
Let's
That's the
go.
one that was
Yep.
Was it the one restraining me?
Yeah. It is now.
That was the original intent. but
It
yes.
gets
Okay, perfect.
even better. Roscoe,
All right.
the floor is yours. Please paint this picture of how you kill this thing and free your friend.
All right. Well, first I'm gonna just turn to Bubba and be like, I got a plan here. All right. I'm gonna retract my shell. You just hit me
with your stick and just send me right into that bugger.
Like a
that's-
freaking hockey player.
Like yes. Oh my god. I don't know if you have hockey back in your land, but yes.
We got boggy.
Ah,
We play hockey in a bog.
Close
It's called
enough.
Boggy.
all right.
We just hit things all the time.
Just give me a good old whack. So he just
Brendan.
in his shells sticks out the cutlass and dagger out of either hole, and he just goes like spinning, twirling like a just beeline straight at him. And so in the spinning, he just like his blades just slice right into him, cutting him right through as he passes.
And
I picture you popping out at me like, did I hit him?
He's like, "Ah."
you go flying and you clean cut through. And when you hit the ground, you kind of do that. Kind of come to a spinning
Right.
stop.
Yeah.
And what you see is the thing that was restraining you is severed at the waist, and you can see vines immediately starting to try to reattach. They're trying, but they can't grab, they can't heal. And as that happens, the legs then fall further away from the rest of its body, hit the ground, start to fall apart and wither, and its grip on you loosens. And it's still on you, but it starts to wither and die while it's like on you, so you can like break it off,
Yeah.
push it off of you.
Nice.
So I'm breaking it off. Boy, that was bloody inspired. And I'm just gonna go and attack the other one.
Go for it.
Nice.
Well, hang on. That was with fear.
Yes.
Right.
I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna hang on to it.
That is 18 with hope.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Definitely has to take that hope.
Like some hope, please.
That is 10 damage.
Dang, dude.
There's only one left. It's the last one.
Okay.
Oh, can I, since I just got that hope, spend 2 hope to do my quick shot? Because that just sounds awesome.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So basically, I'm going to come over, slice him with the slaw cleaver, and then just grab the pistol and just shoot him.
Blat, blat, blat.
I'm like up close, like right from
And
underneath.
so that would be 14 damage.
That is his severe threshold. He's still up. And you all see like the vines break off of its back as the bullet tears through its torso. Vines go spraying out. He's gonna try to intimidate you as well using marking the
Which
stress. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Deckard. Actually, he can do it to all things in very close range. So that would be, at this point in time, everybody. So he's gonna mark a stress, add his experience, and try to intimidate. 10.
My evasion is 12.
So is mine.
13 for me.
Wow!
How about Bert?
Also, I don't
Burks is wow, for a giant, he has really low evasion. Well, he's a giant.
He's very intimidating.
It's 9.
Oh, wow.
So, you all are totally unaffected by this thing's like roar and its vines bamf out, and Burke's just gonna be like, guys, we got to kill this thing right away. I don't know. And Burke is vulnerable.
Oh boy.
Do your thing.
Okay.
Easy.
I'm gonna go with another venomous bite
Okay,
on him.
do it.
I was very inspired by everyone else's moves, so I'm like, let's go. Never mind. 9 with hope.
Put it back. Put it back.
I was
Slowly
inching.
tapping over the fear to
Take that hope. Unfortunately, it misses.
Yeah.
And you kind of skitter. You skitter up Deckard's shoulder and lunge to take a bite at this thing, and it's going to.
Wait a second. Hang on.
Does it say how big it is?
I'm getting really confused. So, my finesse is a +2. But then it gives me down here on my arachnid a +1. So am I supposed to be doing a +3?
No. You take
Okay,
on the
I
trait
just
of
do
One
the
or the
creature.
other.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, good question. Very good question. That bears
Just want
clarifying.
to make sure.
That's also a good question. Are you like little spider or are you like Lord of the Rings spider? It doesn't say.
It does not. It
I'm
just
gonna-
says stalking arachnid.
I'm gonna say you're a sizable spider, so maybe
Yeah.
don't skitter up, Deckard. You're like
Yeah.
you're a sizable. You're
Yeah.
enough to like have a melee attack.
Yeah.
So-
Apparently.
So it's still not a success. So I'm gonna spend a fear to. I'm just gonna attack you.
That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I failed. I deserve this.
It's gonna be a 14 to hit.
It's my severe damage.
Well, that's
Hit,
that's
not
just a
damage.
hit.
Okay.
It's okay,
gonna
he's
do
gonna-
I got,
Roll
I got
low
real
on
nervous
this.
for a second. I was like, crap.
He's gonna roll
Like,
3.
first hit the whole game, and it's gonna be out here.
he's gonna mark another
No, I'm done.
stress because he can do this. He's gonna actually add his huge experience to the damage.
Me?
Yeah,
Okay.
he needed it. 8 points.
Okay.
So you get 8
I got
damage,
major damage.
and it kind of like brings its fist around, and as its fist comes around, vines grow around it. It's almost more like a whiplash kind of attack. That's his go, and I'm gonna send Burke his way. No, I can't.
Yeah, he's.
Well, I can, but I'm not going to because he's scared.
I'd like to try and take a whack at this thing.
Go.
Eat it.
So Bubba he was within like very close range. I'm just gonna like hop up. I want to make like a leaping action almost and try to see if I can attack from above. I want to take like both of my weapons.
Okay.
I'm gonna double hand it. I'm gonna try to see if I can smack him on the head and then bring down on the dagger.
Beautiful.
On top of him from
Nice.
above because I just leaped.
Beautimus.
So
Roll for your attack.
that is 21
Golly dang.
with fear.
I got it. Will you stop rolling with fear?
We're all rolling with fear, though. That's
We're
the
all
problem.
rolling
We're all rolling with fear.
Ah,
Listen, y'all need to chill out.
hey,
All right,
We're
so
all
it's
the
a 1d8 plus 1 with my short staff, and then another plus 2 because I'm using a dagger.
Beautiful.
As well. So 1d8 plus 3. That's a 1, so only 4.
He's really close. You still get a bonk and a stab in there, as best a frog can do at the moment. He's gonna spend a fear and retort. Nope, 4.
You better not.
Better
You
not.
4 to hit, which is a totes miss.
I think they're just scared of me. I'm
He's
pretty
gonna-
intimidating.
He's gonna spend another fear to ground slam you, knocking you back to far range. Mark a stress. You are now in far range, and that's his turn.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want to go?
Yeah, if no one else wants
Yeah,
to
go for it, because
yeah. Oh,
I'm
jeez.
doing the same thing.
So yeah, I'm just going to swing the saw cleaver. Wait, were you saying you wanted to go?
Saw
No, I'll go after you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you good.
I'm gonna swing
right.
the saw cleaver again.
Let's go.
I'm taking out. Gosh, with fear, bro.
2d12s and strength.
Hold on. Math ain't mathing right
when
now.
I went to just put it down, I rolled another crit.
15 with
course.
fear.
That hits. And I took my fear. Roll damage.
11 points of damage.
Nice.
Amazing. Deckard, the floor is yours, my friend.
All right. With the sunlight hitting his monocle and a little chic sound.
So anime.
Deckard, naughty vine, and just slices it straight in half.
And as that happens, the top half, like the hit with your weapon is so robust, the top half kind of, again, very anime, and in slow-mo in the air, you all see it begin to wither before it even hits the ground and go gray. And then the legs just kind of fall, and it all kind of just separates into individual vines that are all dead and stiff. And with that, your foes are defeated.
Nice.
That was fun, huh?
Right, you're almighty capable then.
Mozzie drops out of beast form.
Mozzie, that was bloody amazing.
Well, it was a very new perspective having so many eyes.
That was you the whole time.
Yeah,
Right, impressive.
I got you some bugs.
Bubba just is blessed. He's, all these beetles that she got for him. He just starts like picking at it with his tongue and just like starts eating them all up.
That was crazy what you did with your tongue there. With not this, but the eye. That was really cool.
Well, gosh, thank you. I appreciate that. I've been working on it for a while. Sometimes it comes in handy. Sometimes it can get me in trouble. Sometimes it can get me out of trouble. It's the same.
Well, I can say I've never seen anyone do a flying spinning attack.
That
My
was
man.
so sick.
Right, impressive.
That was very, very impressive, Roscoe.
Teamwork, my man.
That was
We'll
a-
be. We high five each other. They'll
Roll to connect.
we'll be doing that again in the future for sure.
Oh, you better believe it.
I've never seen anything like that. The mosquitoes, yes. But those beasts... Oh. Makes one think twice before going off for firewood.
I tried to warn you.
I tried to tell you. This area is not safe.
Jesus is not. I suppose we won't be making camp here then.
Has the horse gotten its water at this point?
The horse
Just take the water.
is famished. Not famished. Hydrated. Ready to go.
We've got tons of fish. We could just move on.
Right. Does anybody have any fire making capabilities for the road on the go?
Mozzie just puts
Oh.
a little bit of a flame in her hand.
Never cease to amaze, little one. Well, it seems that we can cook our dinner on the go then. Right, we get on the road and leave these beasts behind.
Clorinda, unbothered in the wagon,
She didn't see any of
Still
that.
reading.
Uh,
totally focused on all.
could have
the
loved
steps.
having that thrown axe.
Oh my
ability
gosh,
around.
I was thinking about that. too.
Yeah, that was so helpful.
I will say that when you guys arrived and Burke began to spin his tale about the Sorrowlands, she became engrossed in the mythos around it and set up like around the side of the lake a little bit to like draw a portrait of the scenery to try and capture the natural essence of the Sorrowlands among the rest of Cytheria.
Hey, Clorinda, we're leaving now. If you wanna come with us.
Well, I'll be right there. I don't know how she talks. That's too Stemson. Sorry, Regine. Anyway, so as you all pile up in the carriage, you grab your pot full of fish, and you're able to like conjure like a harmless fire, right?
Yeah, I can do a campfire and stuff. So I can just literally just hold the flame and
Right. Maybe just try to keep control of the fire. We are on a moving wooden vessel, a boat carriage. Right, Boroska? He's not. Yep. I'm alone on that one.
So you get it now. You're starting to understand why a wagon can't be a boat.
I still like to put it to the test whenever we're near safe waters. Just take the wheels off for a moment. It's not a hard task for someone.
Ever play Oregon Trail, my guy?
I just get dysentery immediately.
But say, I don't die of dysentery.
Then I just stop. I get so frustrated.
do we have a cast iron in here?
So Burke, yeah, he was very much packed for the road. He's got some cookware on him for sure. So yeah, you can fry up the fish.
I might not eat like a normal creature, but I can cook.
Certainly cook like one. Right. Best we be off then. I suppose this area may not be so safe after all.
That's what I've been trying to tell you.
You can tell that Burke's just kind of making sure you're...
Zachary doesn't say a word. He just stares off in the distance. Looks a little paler than usual.
Best we put this whole place in this situation behind us.
When the first fish is ready, I hand it to Deckard.
Deckard. Right. Well, it seems that we're all going to enjoy a meal. How about I take the first driving shift then?
Much appreciated.
You all get some much deserved rest then.
Was that rest?
It's going to be
On it.
It's going to be quite a road ahead. You all may take a short rest.
Great.
So,
Mind if I do?
I'll take a fear. You all can tend to wounds. Describe how you temporarily patch yourself up and clear 1d4 your level hit points. Or you can clear stress. You can repair your armor or prepare, which is gaining a hope.
Where's the rest button again?
You choose downtime is at the top.
Yeah.
And they do have like the options there, which is really, really cool.
It's very helpful.
So move 1 and move 2.
Yep, so you just hit the drop down and then you just choose from the list. So Burke took a bunch of stress, so I'm going to clear a d4 stress. Oh shoot, I got to clear 2 stress. Right on.
Well, I cleared 2 hit points, but I only took 1, so.
Yeah.
Hey! You're right as
I
rain.
cleared 5 because you could do. They had the 2 different things.
I'm
you
going
could
to
do,
repair
so I
my
just
armor
did
because
that.
I used 1 armor slot.
There you go.
Yeah.
Smart.
I clear hit point and I clear my armor.
I'm going to say I'm going to prepare with others. And Mozzie, I'm going to sit with you and enjoy the fish that you worked hard to cook for everyone.
Oh, nice.
You gain 2 hope.
Oh,
And
I
I
am
gain
maxed out, but thanks.
and I gain 2 hope. Oh, were you maxed out beforehand?
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'm going to prepare with someone else.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure
Yeah, help somebody
who,
else.
Who needs hope? You
I-
spent a bunch of hope.
I need hope.
I was gonna
I
say,
have-
I have
Deckard
0.
needs hope.
I could use a little, but I got 1,
That's
so
good.
You
I
have
have
0?
I have 0 hope.
Take priority with ones that
Then I think what we're going to do
You could eat fish together.
is, you know what? We're all going to sit together, silently enjoy our meals, and it says prepare with 1 or more members of your party. You each gain 2 hope. So everybody, take 2 hope.
1 or
Okay.
more.
Now, since we rest, does that also reset our hope or no?
No,
No. Okay.
we started with 2, and it carries over
Gotcha.
every episode. All the resources carry over, aside from what is fixed in a downtime.
Okay, so for beast form earlier, it did. I realized something. So my finesse is normally +1. So when my beast form was activated, it said +2.
It added to it.
So it does add,
Cool.
and it did fix my evasion. I did notice that.
So it does
Well,
actually
well,
apply to your
treat.
sheet.
Yes, it does.
So you can roll as normal, and it'll.
Yeah,
So
it'll
that's wonderful.
apply.
I still have
So-
1 stress.
I was able
I
to,
also have stress.
with the armor slots, I had 1 used, I had 2 stress. I had to roll d4, and I got 2 on both. So that took out all the stress, and then took out the armor slots.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you rolled for it, you can also roll for it on the sheet.
Yeah,
But if you rolled a physical die, then yeah, whatever your result is, that's how much you clear.
because the long rest just automatically clears it.
all
You don't
of it.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With our short rest though, what Mozzie does is after she gets the fish skin and puts that in her pots for like fertilization, she gets the top part of the carriage, like on the back where like I picture like a back window. I'll say it's not really a window, it's just like an opening in the back. She's going to actually make like a hammock
Nice.
for herself. And
With your
just
vines.
kind of
Is
chill.
you said it was a wagon, correct?
Yeah, it's a carriage. Yeah, carriage wagon.
It's cover. It has a cover, right?
No roof.
No roof.
Open air.
Okay. Then
Think what Gandalf rolled into the Shire in.
okay. So yeah, I think Rosca will just hang on the back of the wagon and just relax and look back. Look into the distance and hum his sea shanties while he's
while you're not
recovering
paying
his armor.
While you're not paying attention, Mozzie's just grows. Uses her wild touch and just grows moss and flowers on your shell.
Oh, I'd be thinking
What
you.
were your 2 options?
Tend to wounds and repair armor. So Deckard just rips off a random piece of cloth somewhere and just like wraps it around his wound.
Amazing.
And then he's got leather armor, I think.
Yep.
And I'm just took leather from somewhere else. I don't know.
Burke's got some.
His
Yeah,
gudgeons.
and just kind of sewed it up.
Awesome.
I did the same thing, repair armor, and then remove a hit point. So for repairing, I've got Gambison armor, so cloth.
Oh, same
right?
here.
So what Bubba does is like, he had pants at one point, but over time they kept getting shorter and shorter. So what he does is he tears off a piece of his pants, and then he uses that to repair his armor from on top on his torso.
Amazing.
Those got booty shorts before you know.
Skip that guy.
Just
So patchwork. I love it.
Streamline, baby, come on.
Like little frog cheeks.
Says juicy on the back.
Old man.
And eating those bugs that Mozzie provided for me gave me the health that I needed to repair that slot.
Amazing.
Who ate the magic fish? Do we know?
I think since y'all caught him, y'all should eat him. Personally.
What was the magic effect that we decided on?
I don't think we did.
You have not made
I
a
would-
decision.
I was just gonna put the skin of the fish in my pots.
And that
So,
was a
I don't know if that
minor.
It recovers the one hit point. I still think.
Yeah.
I believe it was a minor.
I think
Yeah,
that's or something.
small legendary fish, highly magical, grants temporary benefits.
Ooh.
So when you eat it, it grants a temporary benefit.
Okay.
So you could, now that it's cooked, you could save it and eat it when you need it.
Okay. Then we can do that for.
Yeah.
But
anytime.
let's go ahead and decide on what that is, so I can make a note of it.
Okay.
That's fair.
What temporary benefit would it grant you?
Could we have like maybe a reroll?
I was gonna say either a reroll or maybe like an increase in evasion, maybe
Yeah.
temporarily.
You know, you could
That would also
do.
be cool.
What you could do is
Either one sounds good.
if you roll with fear, and then eat the fish, make it a
Turns
hope
into
roll
hope.
instead.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
and temporarily boosts us to level 10 for
For the rest of the seed.
Until it digests.
yes. Go to-
Do you want to do that?
And then when you poop it out, I'll put it in my pots, and then it's like I.
Oh, we just keep
still have
recycling it
we
over
just
and
keep
over and over,
recycling
yeah.
it.
Right, that's how actually you gain the magical ability.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have to fertilize with it.
Permanently. I just had to
Is
fertilize.
that what you guys want to do then?
Yeah, that
It
sounds
becomes
great.
hope? Okay, great.
Sure.
Amazing.
I like it. Like, yeah, choose a magical property that it has. And they're like, how about this one instead?
I mean, you can go with whatever you want, but that's a pretty cool mechanic.
I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah, that was.
It's up
Yeah.
to you guys.
No,
it's
that's fine.
totally up to you. All right, I'm gonna spend all 5 of my fear. No, I'm just kidding. Okay.
Marriage breaks. There we go.
So as we head off down the forest road to Cape Row,
We're just traveling.
we are traveling. I am going to spend a fear, and as a heavy rain opens up overhead, a terrible storm breaks out. Burke, a little bit afterwards, stops the carriage. Roy, did you see all that? Something in the woods there. I want to check it out. Hold on to the reins for me. And he's going to hand you the reins, and he's going to hop down. And
Look.
Where you going, bud?
I'll be right back. I see something just in the tree line. He's going to head off, and you lose sight of him for a second.
I don't like that.
Well, you see, I mean, he's not the brightest fella, so I mean, he has a purpose for doing things. Maybe he saw something and he needed to check it out. Who are we to judge? Who are we to question? He got us this far. He's helpful. But here's what we gotta do, okay? You see what we did back there? That was impressive. Not everyone can say they took care of something like that, but we can. We're gonna let a little rainstorm bother us? Stop us from getting where we need to go? Helping our friends? I don't think so. We're full of fish right now. And bugs. Thank you, Mozzie. We're healed up. We look good. We feel good. Guys, there's nothing we can't do right now. You kidding me? And with that, I use my bardic hope, I guess, my rally. So everyone now gets a 1d6 rally die that you can use on a roll.
Amazing.
Let's go.
Everybody, even me. Let's go.
And Burke.
And Bert. Well, he's gone.
Well, he's not. He
Yeah, he didn't hear you.
Yeah.
Wait, is that for attack rolls or for damage?
It's for any roll.
Any
Any
roll?
It's
kind of an anytime
bardic
advantage.
inspiration,
Okay.
essentially, so you can use it for.
Amazing.
Mozzie unclings from her vines and jumps down into the puddle and just kind of like waters herself for a minute.
Now, does that add a d6?
It's a D6, yeah.
So make sure you set a recognizable d6 aside to use whenever you
Once
want
per
as you rally die.
sesh.
Bubba, I don't know if you're into worms, but I'm pretty sure there's some on the road.
You know, worms. That's something. It's not that I don't like the taste of them. It's just a texture thing.
I
you
can
know?
understand that.
It's just a texture thing.
I can understand that. They're a little gross.
I like
Sometimes I put them
Everyone
in my
quiet.
mouth.
Quiet.
Right, guys, get in here.
Okay. What, like end of the woods with you?
I might need your help.
Roscoe's already gone. He disappeared in the shadows. He's going after.
Oh,
You sure?
okay.
Okay. All right.
Let's go.
So you bamf into the shadow. Do you bamf back out where Burke is?
Yep.
Okay. So in the shadows cast by the trees, you are able to kind of like from tree to
Naruto
tree.
run. Yeah, there you go.
And you bamf out, and the rest of you catch up a moment later, and you can see Burke is kneeling down next to a horse laying on the ground that looks like it was brutally attacked. This looks like it could be a goblin claws, maybe, or something else.
I'm going to use Death Connection.
Well, it's still alive.
Oh, it is? I thought you
Not
said
for
it.
long.
Oh, sorry.
Decker puts it out of its misery.
Yes. It's been brutally
we don't do a
attacked.
group attack on it.
And I will say it is kind of like
Yeah,
it does begin to lose its life until it goes still.
So Deckard would definitely
Did
put
you
it out of its
kill it
misery.
just for me to do this? Because now I feel bad.
Just for you.
Okay.
Well,
You have a
it,
dead horse on your conscience.
it just makes sense, you know. 'Cause back where we're from. If you see a horse like this laying down, it ain't gonna last.
I mean,
much longer.
upon closer inspection, you can see like it has these claw marks along its torso and it has been lacerated down the middle, and there's like some intestinal presence
Okay. Well, then
happening
it
on the
wasn't
outside.
gonna
All right, can I roll?
To shoot it?
Well,
He's gonna make it
no,
into
no,
mincemeat.
to
All right.
examine the claw marks.
Yeah, give me a knowledge roll and death connection.
Yeah, I marked a stress to extract one memory from the corpse related to a specific emotion or sensation of my choice. I'm going to do it of fear because I'm assuming that it was afraid before it got attacked.
You get feelings
This is
of.
I can't read it anyways.
Yeah.
So hard to read your.
What'd you get?
15 with hope.
Okay, great.
Nice.
Take that hope.
Yay, some more hopes.
So you begin to feel sensations that something is gathering up to you, but it's low to the ground. You don't even see it at first between the noise of the wind and the rain. And when you realize that something has gathered up towards you, it's too late. And the sensation grows and grows and grows. It peaks and then it's gone. The corpse, you can see, it's not total carnage like a beast. It's not surgical like the Skin Ripper. This was a blunt, thick slash, done by a creature of just thick, broad claws. Nothing that's magical in any nature that you can tell.
Okay. More likely than another animal got it.
Something low to the ground. It was set quick. It didn't know it was coming.
Interesting.
I need to see if what did this is still nearby.
Do you know of creatures like that?
I mean, it could be anything.
Look, time is of the essence. Take the carriage. Get to Cape Roll. I can handle this. And he grabs his butcher's axe. I'm gonna survey the area. As you guys kind of stand up, he's gonna get your attention. Take the road to the north. When you get to Cape Row, I'll meet you there. And
be careful, friend.
Well, it looks like this storm's not going anywhere. When you get into the city, find Killian at the local Flight Guild guard, or the Flight General's guardhouse. You'll find him there. We'll take care of you until I can join. Just take the road straight north. No turns, and you'll get there without issue.
Thank you, Buck. Be careful.
Be strong, companions. Hopefully, the only threat out there right now is just a storm overhead. I'll see you in a little while. And he's gonna have his butcher's axe drawn, and he's as you all kind of head away from the scene, he's kind of just surveying the area, looking around, making sure the immediacy is safe before he kind of spreads his search out a little bit more. And rejoining back onto the carriage, you take the reins and head off. And along the road, the dirt quickly becomes mud as this terrible storm rages overhead. It's not long before up ahead you see a carriage. It's not moving. And what ensues, if you remember,
Deja vu.
is an attack by a few crocodurtles and the saving of an older Furland, who tells you he's due at an assembly in the next town ahead, and his horse ran off. You gather him up, and his effects from his carriage into yours, if you can remember, was a small chest of his kind of...
Didn't he have a driver too? We never found that.
You found his hand floating in the puddle near the crocodurtles.
Yep.
You gathered his chest of some money and belongings, and off the crate, the chest that was on the back of his carriage, you managed to salvage his scrolls. You gather him up into your carriage, and of course the scene is in more detail in the one shot. And not long after that, the storm clears and the rains stop. And you have a relatively calm ride through the rest of the forest road, and it opens up across a little bridge over a small river. And not far on the other side, you can see the walls of a city off in the distance. Sidebar. It's 9:48. Do we want to go any further at all, or do you guys want to stop here as you approach the city?
My thoughts are, since we're approaching the city and what seems to be a fairly big plot point, we should probably wait for Regine on that
Yeah.
one.
Yeah,
I
I'm
wanna wait
thinking
for
that
her.
too. Yeah.
Agreed. That's a great point. I agree. So, seeing the walls of the city up ahead, the skies have turned from a deep, nasty gray to a silent midnight blue as the night begins to end its course, bringing in the sunrise of a new morning. You can hear up ahead the sound of chains moving and wood stretching and creaking and twisting as the massive gate doors of the city walls begin to open for the day. And that's where we'll stop it this week. Thank you for joining us on this week's episode. Listen in next week as we continue on our Daggerheart adventure.